This afternoon, they're in Chicago to begin a three-game series with the Chicago White Sox. They send Emerson Hancock to the hill. You can catch it all starting at 3:30 with the pregame show. 4:40 first pitch right here, Seattle Sports on 710. A roster move, they reinstate Brendan Donovan from the 10-day injured list. Johnny Pereda has been optioned back to AAA Tacoma to make room for Donovan in the lineup. And, in fact, he will be leading off, getting thrown right back into it. And J.P. Crawford will be batting sixth, with Cole Young bringing it in at the 9th spot. Other news going on in the world of sports. Jets have given running back Breece Hall a 3-year deal, 3-year extension worth $45.75 million.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. Happy Friday to everybody out there. And Mariners get back to business. Weekend is in front of us. Short show today. We're going to turn you over to the Mariners pregame show coming up at 3:30, which means you got a very small amount of time to get mean text in. 3:15, we will do mean text today.
Lefko, what says you to the texters?
Oh, I bet it's all the donut cutters are going to text in today.
That's a new slight on this show.
You're a donut
cutter.
Yeah, we had a little debate in office that we'll tell you about here in a bit. But you can text in 866-979-3776 with your mean texts, or if you want to weigh in on the Mariners or weigh in on the office debate before we get to all the Mariners stuff. Quickly, just in a nutshell, Kyle Brown, our program director, brought in donuts for the staff. I think it was a dozen donuts. Brought them in, and somebody went through and cut a bunch of them in half. So they just took half a donut. And then we open the box when we get here, and there's a couple of whole donuts, like 3 or 4 halves of different donuts, which I think is improper etiquette. I don't think you do that, especially if you're touching with your fingers.
Well, that's the thing.
Nobody knows.
You don't know. You don't know unless there's, a big fingerprint in it.
Ooh.
But you would, hope that person will be disciplined enough to only touch the side of the donut that he's taking, or she.
Yeah.
And, there's it's one of those hot buttons.
Yeah. Everybody's got a very passionate opinion on either side of it. And I tweeted out a picture of the crime scene and and asked the question, is this proper office etiquette that you go in and go, I want half of that one, and I want half of that one, and I want half of that one. Mm-hmm. Now, we had our guy, Matt Pittman, and he tweeted, he responded to the tweet saying, yeah, I did. I don't care.
That was me.
Yeah, he's proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care. Doesn't make I appreciate him owning it, but I think it's I don't think that's the right way to handle it. I think when you're dealing with other people, I don't know. Matt, where are you on this?
If you're going to have a donut, have a donut.
Yeah.
But this is also coming from someone who's never cut a donut in half in his life. I think that's pretty obvious.
Well, Mike made the point that, like, most normal-sized human beings can eat a whole donut. It's not like, oh, it's too filling. Come on.
Yeah. But
just eat the donut. Just take the donut, eat it, and be done with it.
Yeah. And people are going, it's Stacy. I don't know if it's Stacy. Somebody
sounds like it's not.
Somebody back there pointed to her and said she did it, but then Matt owned up to part of it too, so it could have been a combo effort. But I don't think it's I don't think that's the way you handle it. I think you take the whole donut. I understand Matt's like, I only wanted to try this one, but I want to try that one. I want to try that one. I'm like, yeah, but what about everybody else? He said, yeah, I don't care about everybody else.
Well, yeah, it's his own little personal smorgasbord there, I guess. But yeah. What was one of the tweets? Somebody said, "What was her name?"
Yeah,
something like
or name her.
Name her. That's not fair.
Yeah,
that's not fair.
Yeah, some people were taking it very seriously. Some had some interesting responses. You guys can see the picture. We tweeted it out at Wyman and Bob or at Bob Stelton on Twitter, and you can see the box. You can see the carnage, if you will. But it's funny because some people are like, well, what if all I wanted was a half? And the other are like, no, you don't. Others, some said, that's Bush League. Somebody said it was Wyman.
Yeah, why? Do I not look like I could eat an entire donut? I'm with Matt. Like,
Yeah.
I've never cut a donut in half in my life. So
Yeah, somebody else said, bleep them, kill them.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. We're having a little fun with it. But yeah.
Joe in Bellevue now wants to put security cameras in the break room.
He does. Oh, so yeah, you guys can weigh in on that as well if you want to see the picture. It's on Twitter at Bob Stelton or at Wyman and Bob. Meanwhile, get your mean texts in 866-979-3776. So we got the lineup. We got Brendan Donovan back at the leadoff spot, so they're throwing him right. We were talking yesterday. We wonder if maybe they'd bat him lower, let a little soft landing, get the rhythm. Nope, right back in the leadoff spot. My only complaint with that, they put Cole Young 9. And I get it. You got essentially you got a hot hitter hitting 9. Presumably he's going to be on base when Brendan Donovan comes up and when Cal comes up and Julio. So that's the idea. But you're also going to get fewer at-bats in that 9 spot, which I don't love with a guy who's hitting as well as Cole Young.
Yeah, and I think we determined that, like, over the course of a season that, like, moving a guy up is good for, like, an extra 15 to 20, I think that was the number.
Was Zach doing the math on that?
Yeah, 15 to 20 at-bats, and you got a guy. So, I mean, that part of it makes perfect sense. They do have a ton of left-handed batters in the lineup tonight, so, and only Julio and Arozarena are right-handed hitters. And you look at the guy that they got pitching tonight, Burke. He's 256 is what he's given up against lefties, 172 average against righties. So, and 701 OPS against left-handed batters. So hopefully that works out for them. I'm just trying to figure this team out. I mean, I'm looking at, they're not. I think the Mariners much better pitching, but. You look at their offensive numbers, and it's kind of consistent to where the Mariners are right now. And I think we all think that this team has been underperforming in that regard. But, yeah, it's, they got swept by Milwaukee to start off the year, and then they took 3 from Toronto, and then there was a rain out because they don't have a roof there, which is stupid. So they had to postpone that. But then, they went and they got swept by Tampa Bay, swept by Baltimore, but they took 2 of 3 from San Diego. That's a pretty damn good team. So I can't really put a finger on what kind of a team this is.
Yeah, record-wise, they're better than I think people anticipate, at least at this point. But we're so early. We're just so accustomed to the White Sox being at the bottom and being horrible,
right.
And maybe that's where they're going to end up. The Angels got off to a good start. They're horrible now,
right.
So. We'll see. This is still a team. I think you go in there and you have the expectation that we win the series.
Yeah,
that's my expectation anyway. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm nitpicking the lineup. I love that Donovan's back. I love they're throwing him back in the leadoff spot. I personally, and I understand the reasoning behind wanting Cole Young there in the 9 spot. I just want as many turns as possible for him, and that limits his turns hitting in the 9 spot. But they're counting on the fact that Donovan's a guy who makes contact, doesn't strike out a lot. So if Cole Young's on base, he's going to be at least move him along for Cal and Julio and Naylor and Randy to drive him in. So I get it, but I just want him to have as many turns as possible. The other part of this series that I think a lot of people are going to be watching is Luis Castillo goes tomorrow. And you and I talked about this in a video we did earlier. What if he goes out there and has a great game? Because it's almost felt like now we don't know what their plans are. We don't know if they're going 6-man rotation. We don't know if they'd put Luis in the bullpen, put him on the IL. I don't know. Maybe they put Bryce in the bullpen to start. We have no idea what their plan is. But it feels like, to me, this start can't count for everything. If he happens to go out there and looks great, it can't change whatever your plan was. If your plan was he's going to the bullpen, we're going 6-man. He's going to the whatever it was, it should still be the plan. It can't be, well, we were going to do this, but wow, he really had a good game. So now we're changing course. Because that would be the second good game he's had out of 7, 8 starts?
Yeah. Well, and against
yeah, I mean,
an offense that's not very good.
Yeah. So I'm just going, okay, if he goes out there and he has his best game since his opener, does that change the equation at all? Do they then start going, well, now we can't take him out of the rotation? This one start can't have that much value to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. Honestly, they're not giving us any kind of an indication, and you keep forgetting about that opener against the Yankees. I mean, they got a quality start, didn't give up an earned run. I mean, only 3 hits. It's just very strange what he's been going through, and I'm very curious to see what happens. And they've kind of kept it under lock and key. We don't really know if it just seems very unlikely to me that Luis Castillo goes to the bullpen. Now, but maybe he's okay with that. Again, that just resonates with me that, he's a 10-year starter, and now all of a sudden after a few bad outings, that you send him down to the bullpen. Just seems unlikely to me, but it'll be interesting to see also if he does, like you said, if he does get a great outing, and, then what do you do? I mean, it just kind of muddies the water a little bit more.
I mean, do you think that should change whatever the plan was? And again,
one outing?
Re-emphasizing, we have no idea what the plan, what they're thinking, 6-man, IL, bullpen, Miller, bullpen. I have no idea, but I would hope you have enough conviction about whatever your plan is,
right,
that this one outing is not going to go completely alter it.
Yeah, well, I'll say this. I don't think it hinges just on this performance,
right,
but I think it will factor in. And there will be a lot of other factors, which, I'm not sure exactly what that would be. Maybe they see something in Bryce Miller that, hey, we can start him out in the bullpen, and we're down some leverage arms there with Spire and Brash being injured. So that could be a scenario. There's probably like 6 or 7 different scenarios, and I think that's kind of like what Schneider goes through in the draft. It's like, okay, if this guy gets taken, then we're going to plan B, and then we got plan C, D, E. I don't know. It just seems there's a lot of different things they can do. But, I was thinking about this last night that, it's a pretty good problem to have.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of places that, I think there's plenty of teams that like, well, that's just Luis Castillo, and we're just going to hang on and hope that once every 4 or 5 outings he shines, and then he can maybe not kill our bullpen in the meantime.
Text is there for you, 866-979-3776. 425 says if he has a great outing, start him 1 or 2 more times, then trade him. All right. 425 says, I think you let Dan worry about it. So we shouldn't discuss it. We'll just, I don't know what'll happen. Just
take care of it.
Dan will figure it out, which is the bottom line. They will. What we have to say about it does not impact their decision at all.
No, but we're kind of in the business of speculating about these things.
I think you let Dan worry about it.
That guy, whoever that person is, that's a donut cutter.
That is a donut cutter, isn't it? That's somebody said, yeah, I wanted half of that one. I want half of that one. I want a half of that one. And I don't care about any of you. Let's see. Greg in Eatonville says Castillo has way too many pitches. Velo is down again. His stuff doesn't play at 94, 95. Now he's giving up fly balls at a career high rate. No thanks. Yeah, that's sort of a summation of what he's been to this point. But I guess the scenario we're throwing out there is, what do you do, or do you do anything differently from whatever your plan was if he goes out there and shoves tomorrow? Let's say he goes out there, gives you 6 scoreless, 6 innings, no runs, 5, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, something like he had against the Yankees. Does that change your opinion at all of what you do with him?
Yeah, there's just so many factors, but I don't know. I just think Castillo has been the rock, and I think maybe we're overreacting a little bit. I wouldn't say that. I would say we're overreacting more than Dan is. I mean, I think we're thinking more negatively about it than he is. That's just kind of the feeling that I get, because I could hear Dan saying, "Hey, this guy's been doing it for a long time in Major League Baseball." And so, let's factor that in as well.
Well, you're right. And I could see them certainly giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Far more than some other pitchers, certainly. He's got a track record. He's got a resume. But at the same time, I think they also have to look at it and go, who gives us the best shot to win every 5th day? Mm-hmm. Who's that guy right now? Not who was he, who is he now? Mm-hmm. And is he a better option than Bryce Miller? Yeah. That's what it comes down to. And look, again, the one we haven't really touched on is maybe they start Miller in the bullpen. Yeah, I don't love the 6-man because it takes away It makes a weakness right now weaker, and that's your bullpen. You're going to be down one bullpen. You can only carry a certain number of pitchers. So if you have 6 starters out there, you're going to be down one more bullpen arm, and you're already down leverage arms. I know you called guys up. You called up Suarez, Simpson. I don't know what you get from those guys. I don't have the confidence because I haven't seen them. But you're down Brash and Spire. You go 6-man. You don't have that arm down there in the bullpen. So that's another reason I don't love disrupting everybody to accommodate one, and I also don't love the idea of being short another arm in the bullpen.
Yeah,
that would be my argument against a 6-man rotation. So you guys can weigh in on that, 866-979-3776. Meanwhile, we talked to Isaiah Stanback yesterday, who does some work with the Cowboys. He's part of their broadcast network out there, right, Lefko? He's a color analyst. And
does he do pre and post?
He does. They do a lot of stuff. He does like pre and post, and they do a podcast all season long. But he's been in and around the Cowboys every year for 10 years now?
Yeah,
a long time now.
Yep.
And we were talking to him about Dante Fowler Jr., who the Seahawks just signed recently. He was with the Cowboys. And you look at his career, and he's had some standout years, and he's had years statistically. You're going, there's not much there, but maybe there's more to it. And he had a couple comments that I won't say it was concerning. It sort of made you scratch your head and go, okay, what are you getting here in Fowler? Because he talking about there's no doubt the guy is talented, but you don't always get consistent effort from him. Are we muted?
I think the time that I had opportunity to see him up close and personal during his career was his time here in Dallas. That was coming off of, a relatively respectable year. He was coming off of, 4.5 sacks with the Falcons. And then he came over to Dallas for a handful of years. He went, 6 sacks, 4 sacks. And then he went back to Washington, did 10.5. Right? Went 10.5 sacks, went crazy, and then came back to Dallas and only did 3. So, as somebody who has been inconsistent as of late, seemingly his environment and his willingness really are the 2 contributing factors to his productivity on the field.
See the last line, his willingness. And maybe he didn't mean it that way. Just when you hear that immediately perked my ears up. Like, what do you mean his willingness?
Yeah, no, I thought it was significantly pretty negative. And the interesting thing about that is that I kind of think that's what's interesting is that's sort of what the problem was with Boye Mafe.
Yeah.
That, it was like he was in for the third down pass rush downs, but when it was time to play the run and do the dirty work and stuff like he just wasn't consistent. Mm-hmm. And so, I don't know, it was surprising to me. I mean, and I'm glad we talked to him because from what we're looking at, it looks like a great move to solidify that 4th guy out there. Also, you always talk about how Mike McDonald in his defense, he's rejuvenated some careers like Kyle Van Noy and Jadeveon Clowney had his best year with him. That Matabwike guy, I think he was a younger guy, but still, I mean, those guys they're getting big numbers and they like playing in this defense, and so it just seemed to be a perfect fit. But I don't know, man. I don't know how you would survive on this defense with a lack of effort, because that's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And we always talk about like Spoon and how fast him and Julian Love play and hustle and everything. It just kind of made it sound that way. That I don't know if he's saying he's lazy. He just said he's inconsistent.
Well, and he's talking one more here. He's talking about him performing well when he likes the situation he's in. And by the way, I would assume he likes it here because he signed. I can't imagine him coming in and going, this stinks.
Yeah.
You signed a 1-year deal, man. This is you. If you want to keep playing, this is a contract year, right? So you got something to prove if he wants to extend his career. But here he is just talking about if he likes the situation he's in.
The one thing about Dante Fowler Jr., he could be an absolute nemesis on the field, but it's a consistency factor. And I don't think that consistency has anything to do with his abilities. I think it more so has everything to do with his willingness in the situation that he's currently in. So the only person that's in control of that is him.
So
willingness.
I mean, I don't love hearing that. And maybe if he were 26, 27, I'd be more worried about it. And they committed to him. I mean, in football dollars, this is kind of a kick the tires deal. It's 1 year. What is it? $5 million.
Yeah.
And you and I were looking it up yesterday. They signed MBS, who did not work out. He didn't play for him, but he was like a $4 million deal. 1 year. It's you're going to miss sometimes. And if they miss on him, it doesn't kill them, doesn't crush them. It's not, oh, no, now what are we going to do? We don't have any money. They have money. They've got room.
Yeah, I would just be surprised if it worked that way because, MVS was on the other side of the ball. And, you were on your second offensive coordinator in 2 years. And, that was kind of a little bit of a long shot. But if Mike missed, especially having had Aiden Dirty down there and coached him, I believe he coached him in Atlanta as well. But he definitely coached him with the Cowboys at one point and likes him. And I don't know, it just seems very unlikely that Mike would miss.
Yeah.
Like he didn't see what Isaiah Stanback saw.
All right, we'll talk more about that certainly as time rolls on, see what he brings to the table. Meanwhile, let's take two.
All right, well, you guys mentioned the Mariners lineup. Brendan Donovan is back and Cole Young hitting ninth. But on the other side, some interesting names there. Jared Kelenic is in the starting lineup. He's batting seventh and is in right field today for the White Sox. Then a guy who has been on a surge, Munetaka Murakami, second most home runs in baseball, 14. He's one behind Aaron Judge. He's batting second. And then for those who are curious, it is a Friday, so Cade Anderson will make another start, his sixth at AA today.
Is he still just giving up the one run?
Yeah, I think his ERA is down to, it's quite low. It's like a 0.38 at this point.
Quite low.
Yeah, if he's had
0.37.
Yeah,
wow.
5 starts, 1 earned run. He's been unreal. Unreal. Yeah. He looks like he's overmatched. He's overmatching them. The teams are looking overmatched, I should say, when he pitches. And, as far as the other stuff, we talked about Kelenic yesterday. Yeah, I hope he does well. Not in this series, but career-wise.
He can hit 3 home runs and we win the game, and I'll be fine. But, yeah, Jared Kelenic is... Yeah, he was kind of an interesting guy. And then I remember my respect for him went up a couple of notches when he did break his foot kicking a water cooler or something like that. But his apology and everything, he's easy to root for.
Well, there's some good news. The NFL schedule will be officially released this upcoming Thursday at 5 o'clock. And I think the news that maybe more people care about immediately, the NFL and the NFL Refs Association have signed a 7-year CBA. It'll go through the 2032 season, so no replacement refs anytime soon.
See, I know everybody loves the schedule release, Dave. You and I talked about that before. We're both like, okay. The bigger news is the refs. Yeah. That is decidedly bigger. That's great news.
Do you know what, though? I think... to me, the official thing is almost no news because I was 100% sure they were going to get this done.
Yeah, they couldn't relive that again.
Yeah, there's no way you go through that. I mean, that made the NFL look like kind of a clown show.
That was a debacle.
Yeah, and so they just have invested too much in it. That one doesn't really surprise me. And then people are going to eat up the schedule release.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But this more comforting is the official, the refs.
Yes, definitely. I would say this though, as far as the schedule release, that's where Seahawk fans could sit there and go, "Oh, let's go to like last year. Hey, let's go to Nashville. Let's go to the nation's capital." So I get that, but it's I don't know. It's one of those things, kind of like the draft, where you're like, "How does this get such momentum?"
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Are we going to have a party here at the station?
They're going to have special hats and shirts. It's going to be great.
Release. Yeah.
Take Two is brought to you by Swedish Cyberknife. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Swedish.org/cyberknife prostate. It might be unfair to expect another 14 strikeout performance, but what do we hope to see from Emerson Hancock tonight? We'll get into that coming up next. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710.
After the biggest series win so far this season.
You just beat the Braves, who had been the best team in baseball, and beat them 2 out of 3.
That shows a little resilience.
How about that, folks? The Mariners hit the road, looking to build momentum.
This is an opportunity road trip for the Mariners.
And create some distance atop the AL West.
You're not far from sitting in first place, because the rest of the teams, nobody's running away with it.
Mariners, White Sox, tonight. First pitch at 4:40. Pre-game at 3:30. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman for Swedish Cyberknife. One of the best parts of radio is getting to interview a lot of interesting people who are at the very top of their profession. For example, Dr. Robert Meyer. He is a multiple-time recipient of the Seattle Top Doctor Award, and we spoke about prostate cancer and effective ways to treat a diagnosis. Dr. Meyer said many patients prefer Swedish Cyberknife because all it takes is 5 short treatments, each lasting less than an hour. And Swedish CyberKnife can treat prostate cancer in only 1 week with minimal interruption to a patient's life and work, and the side effects are minimal compared to other treatments. No surgery, non-invasive, and far less impact on your everyday functions. And also, Swedish has been offering the CyberKnife treatment in Seattle for over 10 years and treated over 1,000 prostate cancer patients. So if diagnosed with prostate cancer, learn more about CyberKnife for prostate cancer treatment at swedish.org/CyberKnifeProstate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish CyberKnife. CyberKnife is a registered trademark of Accuray Incorporated and is used with permission.
Ooh, that face. Quantum Fiber Internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Gage Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum Fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of her video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum Fiber Internet blowing the soxies up all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Hi, Chef John Howie here. For 24 years, my team and I at Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar have called Bellevue home. We serve fresh, locally sourced seafood, farm fresh produce and poultry, and great steaks. At Sea Star, we like to say there's something for everyone, from the carnivore to the pescatarian to the vegetarian. Come see for yourself at Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue. SeaStarRestaurant.com, SeaStarRestaurant.com.
This Memorial Day, feel the freedom of lower energy bills. Lake Washington Windows and Doors is taking $525 off every window, plus $1,000 off every patio or entry door. Plus, enjoy 12 months free financing. LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Meet the company electrifying the marine industry. ARC, a fully electric boat that feels like a luxury EV. Significantly less maintenance and service, ARC boats are easy to operate and maintain. Go to arcboats.com/demo. ARC, you have to see it to believe it.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Mariners and White Sox this afternoon in Chicago. First pitch at 4:40. Pregame at 3:30. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Shopping for a new Mazda? Shop the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, Mazda of Everett. With more new Mazdas in stock than any dealer in the region. Shop over 780 new Mazdas. Click on the Mazda of Everett price. At Mazda of Everett, exceptional customer satisfaction is the standard. Plus, at Mazda of Everett, you negotiate directly with the owner. Locally owned, trusted by thousands. Shop MazdaofEverett.com and see why we're #1.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different.
TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Text line is there for you, 866-979-3776. Mean text coming up at 3:15, so you got about 45 minutes to get your mean text in. Got a couple of mean ones, right, Lefko? You see those?
No, they're not awake yet, Bob. What do you mean?
So this is not a mean text. This is somebody just being
all right.
nasty to Dave.
I guess they have some good ones so far. Most people are not awake. They're still figuring out how to.
Most people, you mean most of our listeners?
Most of our morons.
Morons. And we are still getting a lot of people weighing in on the donut debate, whether it's proper etiquette to cut a donut in half when they've been brought in. They're supposed to be for the whole staff. And you as an individual go in there and go, I want half of that one, and I want half of that one. I want half of that one. Is that okay? And people are weighing in. What this person said, my question would be, where does the knife come from? Not with the donuts. Your pocket? Found it on the counter?
Yeah, I think the biggest question there is, where do you put your fingers when you cut the donut?
Yeah.
It's got to be on your side.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are just like, oh, yeah, I'll just go there. And maybe we'll have to get Pittman in here and quiz him about that.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the answer, to be honest. 360 said beta males cut donuts. And then somebody else says half donut means more people get to have different flavors. All right. So there you go.
It's interesting that, you're either one way or the other on this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's nobody in between.
Yeah.
Everybody, somebody said, sounds like Stacy. She's known for bad food takes. We were told that she was part of the problem. She wasn't Matt. Pittman,
that might have been, it was a false accusation on my part. But in fairness,
I thought it was Curtis that said it.
I think we both agreed. It feels like a Stacy thing to do. It's something Stacy's done before. She just didn't do it this particular day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then others just coming up with just flat out, sounds like a chick move. Well, I don't know. Matt Pittman admitted to being a perpetrator, so maybe they teamed up. I'm not sure. But and then one more. Bob's worried about who touches donuts, but he's okay rolling around and they tried to spell jujitsu, Matt's, and swap and spit and sweat and snot with somebody. Well, we're not swapping all that. Sweat, yeah, spit, snot, that's not part of the equation. So, and it is a struggle. It's been a struggle my whole life. In jujitsu, yeah. Huge thing to overcome.
I was going to say, that's a lot of dedication you're showing for jiu-jitsu.
Oh, it's a challenge, man. Let me tell you. Meanwhile,
you would rather kick somebody's butt, right? That's the overriding factor there.
Yeah,
you get to kick somebody's butt.
Yeah, just to keep those tools sharp. Yeah, you pay the price. That's my cross to bear. Puddles of sweat on the mat. Meanwhile, we got Emerson Hancock going tonight. Somebody did send in a text saying, well, what if Emerson Hancock goes out there and gets shelled tonight? Yeah, his resume has been way too good. He can have an off night. We just saw Brian Wu have 2 really off nights, and nobody was talking about pulling him out of the rotation. Emerson Hancock has been brilliant this season. So if he goes out there and gets touched up, yeah, it'll be a bummer. But would I rethink, maybe he should go to the bullpen? I certainly would not. It wouldn't even cross my mind unless he was hurt, unless they thought something was really mechanically wrong with him. Then I would think, okay, IL, bullpen, whatever's going on with him. But beyond just, hey, it's baseball. Sometimes you get got. And if that happens, I still say his spot in the rotation is cemented.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And especially it just seems like basically looking at, the numbers of their offense and, what they're doing at the plate, it would just be kind of one of those where you're like, oh, okay, that's just a one-off.
Yeah.
He's been pitching so well that, I'm not going to be concerned over that.
Yeah. Cal Raleigh yesterday on the Cal Raleigh Show talked about what's led to Hancock's success this season.
Yeah, he's done a great job of kind of, figuring out, who he is as a pitcher and,
I think he's done some physical things as well as some mental things to help grow his game. And obviously, dropping his arm slot was something that he did and kind of found. And then honestly, finding some breaking balls. I think that was always kind of the thing. For him out of college was just, never really had that swing and miss type pitch or per se that was, a secondary offering. He had good fastballs. He's always had those, but he's done a good job of differentiating them. And now he's really found something with his secondary offerings. And, it's starting to come together and he's starting to feel more and more confident each outing.
Yeah, what he's saying there is that he's not being too pitcherish.
Yeah.
That's what Cal said yesterday, which I like that. I love that because, I think he's thinking too much or whatever, but it's kind of interesting, the arm slot that he found an arm slot.
Yeah, here he is talking about that. Breaks down why finding that natural arm slot has helped him so much this year.
I think he just found a slot that he likes to throw from. I think sometimes pitchers can fall into the trap of becoming, I guess, too pitcherish. They get too, when I say that, I mean they only throw from their motion or from where they're coming set from, and they forget to be athletic out there and that they're athletes. And I'm watching them right now, they're fielding the ball and pretending to be a shortstop. So that's kind of where you find your natural arm angle, is when you're playing catch out there, or you go take a few ground balls to shortstop, and wherever you throw from shortstop should be your natural arm angle that you normally throw it from. So it looks natural, it looks good coming out of his hand, doesn't look forced. Like I said, he's throwing kind of at a different arm angle there. And that's usually, when you can locate your best and you feel your best, is when you find that slot.
I like that he's watching him take ground ball. See there? See what he's doing there? Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And look, I know that this is probably not super uncommon that a catcher would, pick up on these kinds of things when watching his pitcher and everything. But I thought that was really interesting that, okay, just go, take some grounders, and what's the natural way to do it? Not how you would pitch, but just how you would be an athlete. How would you, just throw it across the diamond, and, kind of figured some things out. That's very interesting. All of the little technical things about pitching and, where your foot comes down and all that stuff is kind of fascinating to me, considering it's like a huge difference for some players where they're like, and I just remember that in the NFL, like, where somebody would tell you, do this, and it seems unnatural, and then all of a sudden you get into it and you're like, wow, that was huge.
Yeah.
So
just a minor adjustment.
Yeah. And just, I don't know, just the idea that's what I love catchers. It's what I love about them, is that, they're so unselfish. It's like they're trying to take care of their pitcher. They're trying to,
it's their job.
Help them, find their way through a game. So I love that about, and not just Cal, I'm sure. I know lots of catchers are out there helping out their pitchers, but yeah, it was very interesting. Good intel right there.
Meanwhile, we talked to Jason Churchill yesterday, and we were just talking about the rotation and, each and every guy here. And we got to Logan Gilbert, and I was saying that I just feel like he's been effective this year. I would say he's not been dominant, certainly. Mm-hmm. He's not been efficient, and that was the problem last year, just not getting deep into games. And he certainly dealt with injury last year, the year before. He led all major leagues in innings pitched. He was that guy that was going 6, 7, 8, but we haven't seen that guy really. And he talked about, I think he agreed with that, and talked about to the point where he probably wouldn't be looking at Logan as one of the guys he would offer an extension to right now.
What does the prospects of a long-term extension look like with him right now? And for me, I don't think you can touch it. I don't think you really know for sure or can have any confidence that Logan Gilbert is going to be the guy that you probably would be expected to pay for. Mm-hmm. You can get performances like you've got out of Logan Gilbert the last year plus now from someone you go on the market and sign to a one-year deal. You don't have to commit to somebody for 5, 6, 7, 8 years to get that. So if I'm the Mariners, I want to see Logan Gilbert pitch like the Logan Gilbert we saw at least in 23, if not 24, when he was outstanding. But right now, we're not seeing the same guy.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, because we were speculating that he was going to follow suit with Cal and get the big extension and keep him the hometown guy. And
he was always the logical one, right? Well, we'd always throw out the hypothetical. All right, they're not going to sign all 4 of the young guys, but if let's say they're going to sign 2. And maybe they had ideas of just 1 or 3. I don't know. But we said 2, and it seemed like 9 out of 10 people on the text would say it's Logan and. It's Logan and the other one would change. It's Woo. It's it's Miller, it's Kirby. It's that one changed all the time. But 9 out of 10 was started with Logan, and then the other name was the one that varied. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. We'll have to do that again soon, and just obviously we'll see how he pitches. But I'm wondering how many people are like Jason, where they've kind of said, yeah, you know what, I'd pump the brakes on that right now. I wouldn't feel comfortable with a deal like that.
Yeah. He's become, I would say, we used to. I just felt like you could always count on him.
Yeah.
And that, he was always going to be healthy. And you mentioned the innings pitched in 24 and, more than anybody, he's just become very reliable, had more starts than anyone. And yeah, it just haven't got that good feeling this year.
No. All right. It might be the most obvious WHYMAN candidate we've ever had. We're going to find out what that is with WHYMAN coming your way next. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710.
After the biggest series win so far this season.
You just beat the Braves, who had been the best team in baseball, and beat them 2 out of 3.
That shows a little resilience.
How about that, folks? The Mariners hit the road, looking to build momentum.
This is an opportunity road trip for the Mariners.
And create some distance atop the AL West.
You're not far from sitting in first place, because the rest of the teams, nobody's running away with it.
Mariners, White Sox, tonight. First pitch at 4:40. Pre-game at 3:30. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
It's Dave Wyman here for Bellevue Rare Coins. I'm excited to be working with them again as we're seeing the price of gold at all-time highs. And here's what that means for you. Items you haven't thought about in years can be worth thousands of dollars. Old jewelry, coin collections, gold watches, necklaces, pendants. It's worth finding out what those items are worth during such a strong market. And even broken and used jewelry can go for a lot of money. And the folks at Bellevue Rare Coins recently had a customer stop by on her way to donating a box of jewelry. She walked out with a check of over $2,500, and not bad for something they were going to just give away. Bellevue Rare Coins has expanded to Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma as the trusted authority for selling valuables for almost 5 decades. They offer free evaluations, no pressure, no obligation. And a lot of people don't realize how valuable these items can be. So before you give anything away, get it checked out at Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma. Or go to BellevueRareCoins.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
When I'm catching up with friends or family, C-Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue, it's where we go. A welcoming atmosphere, and I get to see my good friend, Chef John Howie.
Hey, thanks, Brock. At C-Star, we're known for fresh local seafood, unmatched hospitality, and great value. Right now, enjoy a 3-course dinner in the lounge every night, starting at just $50.
$50. You cannot beat that value these days. And it's only with Chef John Howie at SeaStarRestaurant.com, SeaStarRestaurant.com.
Mariners and White Sox this afternoon in Chicago. First pitch at 4:40, pregame at 3:30. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Mother's Day is more than just a date on the calendar. It's a chance to celebrate the women who shape our lives. The moms, the grandmas, the stepmoms, the ones who stepped in, and the ones who never stopped showing up. At Klein Jewelers, we believe every mom deserves something special, just as special as she is. Because mom deserves jewelry that lasts. Klein Jewelers is here to help you pick the perfect gift for all the mother figures in your life. From our family to yours, happy Mother's Day.
Coming to Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Thursday night, June 18th, it's Jim Jeffries.
If you see like an old couple and you go, how long have you two been married for? And they go, 45 years. And then I always ask, what's your secret? The man goes like this, she's always right. And then you see him go dead behind the eyes.
Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Global comedy heavyweight, Jim Jeffries, June 18th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help, call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Why, man? Why?
Lunch has been canceled today due to lack of hustle. Deal with it.
He's a habitual line stepper.
What were you thinking? What are you doing?
Why are you the way that you are?
It's the Why Man of the Week.
WHYMAN is presented by Mazda of Everett. We start with the great Framber Valdez. Just seems like an awesome guy, great teammate. And unsurprisingly, this is through an interpreter, by the way. He started a bit of a fight. He hit, who was it, Trevor Story?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Benches cleared, whole thing, typical baseball stuff. Says, through an interpreter, I should not have been ejected.
I consider that is completely unfair, given that, first of all, they should have given me a warning. And of course, if it was on purpose and I do it on a second time or a third time, of course. But getting ejected, but, I'm not making the decisions. The umpires are doing their job. They're doing their best. They made the decision of getting me ejected. And as you can see on the video, I was not even feisty. I was not even arguing against them, neither the umpires or the team. But again, I consider that a very unfair situation that I shouldn't happen. They should have given me a warning.
I kind of, man, I hate to say this. I kind of agree with them. Unless they just thought, where did it hit him? Was it up around the head? Or?
Hit him in the back.
High in the back, and it was so clearly intentional. He had given up 3 home runs, first pitch, fastball, right in the back.
Mm.
And not that the ump knew this, but after the fact, people are looking at his StatCast data, tracks the pitches. He's thrown 324 two-seamers. His one and only 4-seam fastball
was in the back.
Yes.
Wow.
That one he threw to Trevor Story.
All right. Well, I mean, typically I would say, yeah, you should probably warn somebody. But if it was that clear, that obvious, and he's got a reputation too, I think he's no secret to any of these umps out there that he's a bit of a tool. So, yeah, I don't feel bad for him, but I guess technically speaking, I would tend to lean toward, yeah, you should probably give somebody a warning, like, hey, anything like that again, anything close, you're gone.
Yeah, well, he said something about I wasn't being feisty out there, but like he looks like he just is looking for trouble. There's the not how he looks, but just like his body language and everything. And then he's got the history of hitting his own catcher. And we just talked about how cool it is that Cal is paying so much attention to Emerson Hancock and his arm slot and all this, and that's what that's what catchers are all about. They're helping the pitcher, and he beans his catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
Brutal.
It speaks to his character.
Yeah.
It's lacking. All right, moving on. This is Kay Adams talking about Sam Darnold, saying he's had a boring offseason.
This is an epic sports weekend on a sports calendar. Derby F1 weekend. This weekend has brought us moments like Tom Brady doing both when they implemented F1. Look at Ben Rawitz, low right, Mike Tyson, front and center, Cliff Kingsbury in the back. This is the lore of this weekend. Remember Wes Welker euphorically handing out Hyundais at this very thing, then making it to F1 same weekend, like shock. Oh my gosh, how do they do that? This has been going on forever. And this weekend we saw all the champs. We saw Messi, we saw Serena, we saw Nadal, we saw winners. It begged the question, Sam Darnold, do you know you won the Super Bowl? Where have you been? You got married, congratulations. And this is great. And maybe this is why you weren't seen this weekend, or it's maybe just who you are, and that's okay too, and I'm being a little cheeky with this, but like, I, as an NFL fan, want to see a victory lap from my Super Bowl champion. The last time I've seen a post on Instagram from Sam Darnold was, I think, at the Super Bowl, and we haven't seen one since. How about a Knicks game? They're in the playoffs.
Maybe he doesn't like horse racing or auto racing. I mean, that's not for everybody. I don't know. Does it have to be Sam? Could it have been somebody else? Could it have been JSN? Could it have been...
Yeah, it speaks a lot to, I don't know, I think to his character. Like he's from like a blue collar family, and just very understated. And we saw this, during the season that he just didn't get real riled up over anything, not too emotional, and and he had some bad plays this year. I mean, the game where he throws 3 picks, and he's just saying how I lost the game, I got to go to work, and then EJ basically. Disagreed with him on that. So, yeah, I mean, I just, it fits into it. If I saw him out partying and all that, I might worry.
Yeah, and again, maybe he just doesn't like auto racing or horse racing. I don't think it's that unique. So, and he did just get married. I don't know what their honeymoon plans are. I don't know if they immediately went, or maybe he's there now. Maybe they're hanging with family. Who knows? And I know, as she said, she was just being a bit cheeky with it, not totally serious, but yeah. Does it have to be him? She could have pointed to any of could have pointed to EJ, JSN, could have pointed to anybody else on the team. Cooper Kupp, how come you weren't out there?
Yeah.
He's got a big name.
Well, I guess because he's the quarterback and everything, but yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, I think she's doing it tongue in cheek, and it's not like it's any kind of an assault on his character or anything. I think a lot of Seahawk fans would think, good. I'm glad he's not out there partying. He's probably getting ready for next year.
I know. They all picture him in the weight room or looking at film.
Yeah.
Probably not happening. All right. Last one comes from Dan Hurley, and he shares the story of the worst present he ever got for his wife.
Lose at the buzzer year 2 at Wagner, and it was a devastating loss. I realized on the way home that it's my wife's birthday and I don't have anything. But the good news is that I'm driving past a Walmart. That is a 24-hour Walmart. So I run in there. I got what they had left of the cards. I got her like a cinnamon Yankee candle and a George Foreman grill. And when I handed her bounty over to her, the tears immediately started. Like, this guy, and the guy's a losing coach. He just gave me a grill that I could just grill chicken. So anything I do this weekend, literally, anything I do has just got to be better than that.
A cinnamon Yankee candle and a George Foreman grill. Ooh, boy, for her birthday.
I'll say this: at one time for Christmas, it was a present, but it's only because my wife asked me for it. I got her a vacuum cleaner. By the way,
if she asked them,
do you know who vacuums mostly?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you really got it for you.
Oh, I guess you're right about that.
No. My dad, way back when I was a kid, wrapped a tire and put it under the tree for my mom. She needed it. He's always Mr. Practical, so that was his way of saying, I bought new tires for your car. And one of them was wrapped under the tree. A tire.
I'll tell you what, your dad, Bob, I think you're looking across the table here at your dad like 15 years ago.
Because that gift makes sense to you. You're like, what's wrong with that?
I want a tire.
Very practical.
I just thought it was really nice that he wrapped it.
Yeah, wrapped one. The other three, I think, were in the garage. But yeah, that was a tie. Needless to say, she was not dazzled by that. All right. Brendan Donovan is back. We'll break down what it means for the Mariners. Plus, it's your last chance to get your mean texts in at 866-979-3776. All of that is coming your way next with Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710.
Blue 88. Every morning at 7:45, Brock Ewart tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Dante Fowler Jr. is the newest Seahawk. How important is it to get him signed today?
I think that's really important because the boys are starting to come back into town. He's going to know the scheme. He's going to know the stunts. He's going to know all those things. And then with a veteran player to make sure you know what you're dealing with. You know, where that body is a dozen years into this league.
Catch every Blue 88 on the Seattle Sports app.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
It's Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company I've been working with for over a year now, Harley Exteriors, and recently met with them, and I was really excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with on window and door replacements, and Harley Exteriors has stepped up with a can't-miss offer right now. $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio door or entry door, 12-month and 18-month no interest, no payment options, plus $200 off your entire project. If that isn't enough to get you started, I don't know what is. Schedule a consultation just like I did. You can go to harleyexteriors.com. Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for window discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through May 31st.
There's not one car deal that is worth ruining an experience for a customer. That just is really what is instilled.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
The wait is over. A new Old Navy is now open at Cordata Center in Bellingham. Come by for all things fabulous, like our famous jeans and best-selling activewear. Plus, jaw-dropping deals like dresses and tees starting at just $10. Only at Old Navy, valid through 5/12, select styles only.
After 49 plus years in business, all the gear has got to go. Murphy Auctions presents the huge equipment auction of Don Olson Construction and Lee's Sanitation. And this is a big one. Like late model job ready iron, including a 2022 Western Star Super Solo with under 7,000 miles, plus 4 additional dump trucks, and a 2021 Ford F550 flatbed 4x4 with under 9,000 miles. Excavators, we got them. A 2019 Cat 315 FL, a 2021 Cat 310, plus 14 more. There's 11 Case 580 backhoes, 6 Case 550 dozers, plus pickup trucks, trailers, and a massive lineup of support equipment like buckets, trench boxes, welders, compressors, shop tools, and more. Bidding is open now and starts closing Wednesday, May 13th at 10 a.m. Preview all equipment on site Tuesday, May 12th in Auburn. For photos and all details, check murphyauction.com. murphyauction.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Mariners get back to work this afternoon. They're in Chicago for game 1 of their 3-game series with the 17-20 Chicago White Sox. They're going to send Emerson Hancock to the hill in game 1. You can catch it all starting at 3:30 with the pregame, 4:40 first pitch right here, Seattle Sports on 710. Meanwhile, the Mariners making a roster move. Brendan Donovan has been reinstated from the 10-day injured list, and Johnny Pereda has been optioned back to AAA Tacoma.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour of Wyman and Bob is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
We got mean texts coming up in less than 15 minutes, so get cranking on those if you want to say some mean things. We got a couple coming in there, Lefko, yeah?
Yeah, I guess. I'll give him credit.
All right.
I don't like to acknowledge that the donut cutting Morans, sometimes have some funny things to say.
Yeah.
But they do.
They've fired in a few, so keep them coming. 866-979-3776. We'll get to those at 3:15.
Boy, you really came up with a charged topic there.
The donuts?
The donuts.
Well, you knew it would.
Donuts.
You knew it would. And
yeah.
We could sit there and say, who should the Mariners cut? Who should they get rid of? Who should they start? Who should the Seahawks cut? Who should they start?
Yeah.
You'll get more text on who's got the best sandwich. Which kind of is it proper to cut a donut in half? People love to just weigh in on those.
Oh, yeah.
Although I did get one person on my Twitter account who said, "Oh, you had time to ask such a question. Amazing." And I was like, I know, it took so much time. Amazing I was able to do that.
So insinuating that you're spending all your time that you should be looking at sports things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. They seem like they're fun people. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys can text in on that if you want. Send in your mean text. Meanwhile, in case you missed the news, Brendan Donovan is back. He's been reinstated from the IL. They're going to throw him right back in there. He's leading off today. And I think I love what he brings to the team offensively. He had shaky moments defensively, certainly, but the guy is just a workhorse. He's a grinder. And when he got hurt, he was the best hitter on the team. So I don't know if he's going to need some time. We always say this with guys coming back. Some guys, they need some time to sort of find their timing and their rhythm. Other guys hit the ground running. We'll see. Hopefully he's that guy that just finds his way on base, and he's not going to need a bunch of games to get going again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he certainly, I think, started off a little bit slow defensively, but his bat was, I think, we're both thinking that it was unexpected.
It was better than advertised, I thought.
Yeah.
You've shown some pop very early with some home runs, and just, average was up well above his career average. Doesn't mean it was going to stay there, but, I mean, he just got off to a great start offensively. Yeah. I don't think anybody was disappointed with who he was at the plate. We did have some concerns in the field, but hopefully he's still got the confidence out there, because he seemed like, the more reps, the more time out there with Perry, he was gaining confidence, and that obviously gets interrupted when you're out. But he was speaking with reporters today, and he was talking about how he feels and what the plan is to deal with that groin strain moving forward.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I mean, I've talked to some guys, and talked to Mike Cameron, one of them. He had the surgery too, so we talked for 20 minutes one day about things he did and things that I can do to manage it. I think it's just workload is one of the things, and then pelvic positioning is another thing. I know that's something that we have to attack in the weight room and come to training room every day.
Did he say pelvic positioning?
Oh, yeah. He elaborated, too.
He did.
Not in an answer I cut, but he kind of went on and on about the surgery and the pelvic positioning.
Pelvic position. Well, he didn't have surgery on this, though. You're talking about
in the past, the sports hernia. And then,
okay.
A lot of pelvic discussion.
Okay. Everything right in that pelvic region with the strained groin and all that. So hopefully it's behind him. One more from him. He was asked how he will know when he's fully healthy.
I think you just go play a game. I was able to run the bases. I was hoping to play the field, but the weather got kind of nasty in Arkansas, so the games got canceled. But for me, it's just getting out there, just playing a game, just competing, getting in positions that are kind of hard to mimic in practice.
So he didn't play in the field, did run the bases, got out there, a few ABs, so hopefully everything's good. I mean, I think we're all going to kind of hold our breath a little bit if you see him sprinting down the first base line or, cutting, to planting, cutting, anything like that, where you're going, okay, hopefully he gets up, he's okay. He's diving for a ball in the field, what have you. He's a guy I'm going to watch a little closer.
Yeah, no, he was such a huge signing in the offseason. I mean, Josh Naylor, obviously, was probably, because it was so early on. But, there was talk about him. And, and also for him, it sucks being injured because, you have to go and do rehab. You're spending all your time with the trainers. You're not with your teammates and stuff like that. And, and I think he brings a lot to the clubhouse as far as, leadership and everything, and he just hasn't been around. So it'll be great to have him back in there, and hopefully he hits the ground running because, the pitcher, Burke, doesn't pitch great to lefties. Mm-hmm. So, maybe he can feast on him a little bit.
I hope so.
Back.
Hopefully it's a situation where he's ready to go right out of the gates. Mm-hmm. I don't expect that. I don't know that that's ever a fair expectation for somebody who's been out for a bit. But the lineup is out, and obviously they have the confidence he's going to be fine because they threw him right back in the leadoff spot where we were talking about, well, maybe they'll, just kind of a soft landing, put him down in the order for the first couple of games, let him work his way up. But they're throwing him right in there at the leadoff spot. Your lineup is Donovan, Raleigh, Rodriguez, Naylor, Arozarena, Crawford. I said Raleigh. Cal Raleigh second. Raleigh hitting seventh. Canzone, and then Young, which, again, we talked about that earlier in case you just tuned in. I don't love that.
Yeah,
I understand it. I just don't love it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't they move him up like one slot?
Well, he was hitting sixth. He was hitting seventh. They had him fifth one day when Cal was out. So, he's definitely been moving up from that 8 spot.
Yeah.
But now they put him in the 9 spot, which, again, I get because he's been hot. Presumably they want him on base when you've got a contact guy like Donovan coming up right behind him as the leadoff hitter. Hopefully could move him along, and then you got your power guys with Raleigh and Julio and Randy and Naylor. So I get why. I get the math. But the other part is I want him to have as many ABs as possible because he's feeling good.
Right.
And he's producing.
Well, and then, we talked a lot about how he doesn't seem like let's put it this way. He's all baseball.
Yeah.
So, moving him up because, there was a lot of talk about, hey, leave him alone. Just if he's hitting well at that spot, just leave him there. And maybe that's what Dan's considering. But, it just seems like he's one of those guys that's not going to get rattled by, going into a different position.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be overwhelmed by it or anything. But I just, from a selfish point of view, I want the hottest hitters to get as many opportunities as possible. Mm-hmm. He represents one of your hottest hitters. Yeah. So, I want in the 9 spot, you're going to get the least opportunity. That's just the math.
Yeah.
So if is this one game? Is this how they're going to handle it moving forward? We'll see. Because I thought initially if they put Donovan in the leadoff spot, they'd put JP in the 9 spot and leave Cole Young in the 6 or 7 somewhere in there. Because JP still gives you a good at-bat. I know the average isn't great, but you watch it. He takes a lot of pitches. He sees a lot of pitches. His on-base is outstanding right now. He's walking a ton. So he's getting on base as well. So to me, I would have gone with JP there because I feel like he's going to find his way on base. He's shown some pop lately. So
who did he drive in the other day with that home run? I'm trying to remember who was on base. Was it Raleigh?
I don't recall.
Yeah,
I
anyway.
don't recall who was on base
when he gets into one,
Yeah.
it's always like spectacular because not the biggest guy and not really known, but when he gets into one, man, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's you don't count on that from him, but what you do count on, especially when he's in the leadoff spot where he does hit well, is him getting on base. He's got a 367 on base right now. So, yeah, that would have been my choice there, but Cole Young's not far behind him. He's got a 342 on base.
Yeah.
So not quite as good, but it's there. So we'll see how it looks, and we'll see how much Dan, messes with the bottom of the order. The top he's kept pretty static.
Right.
So I don't know what they're going to do with that. As far as the offense and everything, though, this feels like as whole as that lineup has been in a while. Obviously with Donovan there, and that you don't see any real holes in it the way it's laid out. Now, I know we had Jason Churchill on yesterday, and he's a big Canzone guy. And they've got Canzone there hitting 8th. He likes him better than Raleigh. He would put him above Raleigh. We'll see. I mean, they're obviously loaded with left-handers outside of who do we got? Randy and Julio. The only two right-handers in there. So, yeah. I mean, but when you look at that lineup, where's the soft spot?
Yeah, well, I mean, Rivas isn't playing. So that would be the automatic one, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, so you've got potential damage through this whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm a Canzone fan. So yeah, I don't know. It would definitely be Rivas though. But and then somebody yesterday texted in JP Crawford, but you just mentioned his on base percentage, and it's pretty damn good. I mean, maybe Donovan right now because we don't really know if he's going to bounce right back. Some guys hit the ground running as far as after an injury, and other guys take a while. Maybe he's one of those guys.
Yeah. I mean, if we're just talking production right now, maybe the soft spot's Cal. He's been scuffling a bit. So, I don't know. But he's also a guy, at any moment is just going to unload on one and is going to go into the parking lot. So, but right now, Cal, he's been struggling. He's been, a lot of whiffs since he's come back. He's hitting a $175 with a 258 on base. It's not great. So hopefully he gets things rolling. But I just feel like this whole road trip we've talked about, this is one that I think is fair to go in there and expect to have a winning road trip. You take hopefully 2 of 3 from the White Sox. I would love to see 3 of 4 from the Astros in that 4-game series. But their goal going in, obviously, is going to be, hey, at least split. You want to at least split that 4-game series.
Yeah, I was looking at Houston. They just flashed their lineup up there, and they're not playing well right now. But they still have Altuve, Alvarez, Paredes. Yeah, I mean, there's a few at the bottom that not super household names, but you still got those 3 guys right there.
Still got Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan's a big monster. So, yeah, there's that. Look, and it's a division rival. It's, we've talked about that before. A team can stink and give you problems. For years, the A's were a bad team, but they just give the Mariners problems. The Rams were a bad team for years. They give the Seahawks problems. It's just that familiarity that you just – it's a different game.
Yeah.
Very often a different game. Records kind of go out the window, to say the least.
Well, and the problem with Houston is not that. It's their pitching. It's terrible. Tonight they're sending Mike Burrows to the mound, right-handed pitcher. He's got a 5.97 ERA going right now.
Yeah.
So, and he's 1-4.
Should we get into our mean text?
Sure, I guess.
To do it for us, you got the Mariners and White Sox coming your way next, game 1 of a 3-game series, followed by 4 against the Houston Astros. So a great road trip coming up. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you on Monday with Wyman and Bob.
After the biggest series win so far this season.
You just beat the Braves, who had been the best team in baseball, and beat them 2 out of 3.
That shows a little resilience.
How about that, folks?
The Mariners hit the road, looking to build momentum.
This is an opportunity road trip for the Mariners.
And create some distance atop the AL West.
You're not far from sitting in first place, because the rest of the teams, nobody's running away with it.
Mariners, White Sox, tonight. First pitch at 4:40. Pre-game at 3:30. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
With the new My Lowe's Pro Rewards American Express card, earn 3 points per dollar spent on Lowe's qualifying purchases for the first 6 months after card account opening. Plus, save 5% every day on eligible purchases at Lowe's and earn points on eligible purchases everywhere else Amex is accepting. Card members get more at Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. 5% can't be combined with any other offer. Exclusions and restrictions apply. Points subject to loyalty terms at Lowe's.com/terms and credit reward terms at Synchrony.com/MLPRA-terms. Visit Lowe's.com/business credit.
Harry Douglas here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app and share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required. Not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and owning your own deck is a great way to enjoy it. But finding the right decking solution can be overwhelming. That's why all 9 of our Puget Sound locations offer decking showrooms, so you can get your hands and toes on the more than 60 decking options we carry. So if you have any questions about building, maintaining, or repairing your deck, contact me personally. Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Trex decking products on sale now through May 31st at Dunn Lumber.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up and test your luck for a chance to win up to $10,000 in cash. That's right, folks. Every Saturday in May from 7 p.m. till midnight, there'll be 2 winners every hour. Pick the lucky rubber ducky and walk away with 10 grand. It's Duck Duck Win. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
Thinking about investing in home upgrades? Worry less and save more with Snohomish PUD's network of trade allies. These are trusted local contractors who can install heat pumps, insulation, new windows, and more. And when you work with a PUD trade ally, you can unlock instant rebates. This means lower upfront costs, lower energy bills, and work done by vetted pros. Find a PUD trade ally at snowpud.com/rebates.
Mariners and White Sox this afternoon in Chicago. First pitch at 4:40, pregame at 3:30. Listen live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Just 5 years of fiber-powered Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger, but your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that.
Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Powered by fiber. Connected to the premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's